As an intern, you are protected from workplace harassment, discrimination, and retaliation. Hi, I'm Beth DeLima from HRM Consulting and Leave Management Solutions. I've been working with organizations for many years, helping them develop, train, and implement harassment, discrimination, and retaliation strategies in the workplace. We wanted to spend a few minutes with you today, helping you understand some of the challenges you might experience. This is not legal advice. We're here to talk about what harassment, discrimination, and retaliation are. It starts with protected classes: race, color, religion, creed, national origin, age, over 40, disability, and genetic information, as well as sex, including pregnancy, sexual orientation, and gender identity, and of course, our veterans. These are all protected classes. I provided you a link to look into those more detail if you'd like to. Now, retaliation results if you experience unfair or inappropriate treatment for filing a charge or complaint of discrimination or harassment, participating in an investigation or lawsuit, or opposing discrimination by threatening to complain. It is not tolerated in the workplace. Harassment can consist of verbal communication, such as telling jokes, bragging about last weekend's sexual exploits, making a comment regarding appearance or anatomy, or using terms with double meanings, one of which is sexual or derogatory regarding a protected class. If you cringe or feel uneasy when something is said in the workplace or demonstrated or shown you that's sexually or otherwise harassing in nature, say something. Now, nonverbal harassment is touching yourself or somebody else in a sexually sensitive area, suggestive eye contact, facial expressions that in some way disparage or particular race or sex, the microaggressions, posting or circulating posters, cartoons, or pictures that are sexual or disparaging about a protected class. A hostile work environment is an environment created by a boss or coworker whose actions, communication, or behavior are impacting your ability to comfortably perform the functions of your job. For it to be a hostile work environment, the behavior, actions, or communication must impact you as a member of one of the protected classes mentioned. And the behavior or communication must be pervasive, lasting over time, and not limited to one off color remark or two that you found annoying. For example, a boss is repetitively making verbal comments or making jokes about an intern regarding their sex or race or what they're wearing. Even if the comments are said with a smile or played as a joke, this does not excuse the situation, especially if they were asked to stop the behavior and it continues. The U.S. Supreme Court said one offensive utterance does not rise to the level of sexual harassment, but allowing one remark gives an okay to continue such conduct. So say something. Title VII of the Civil Rights Act confirms that employers are responsible to prevent unlawful harassment in the workplace, including a hostile work environment for interns, employees, vendors, and customers. They need to have training and systems in place when people complain. If you experience an uncomfortable working environment due to harassment, whether visual, verbal, or nonverbal, even if the behavior is meant to be a joke, this could be considered harassment, including sexual harassment or exposure to a hostile work environment. Don't tolerate it. Report. You don't want to be a victim, nor do you want to be the perpetrator. So if somebody makes a comment to you suggesting that something you said is a little off color, please take a look at it carefully and change your behavior. Here's a high-level overview of how the harassment complaints are reported. You can see that it is still mostly women who are presenting these harassment complaints, both sexual and non-sexual in nature. However, the rest of the population is understanding that there is help. And the more that we talk about this and work through it, the more likely we can eradicate it from occurring in our workplaces in a way that is so uncomfortable that it prevents us being able to work. If you experience harassment and are comfortable confronting the harasser, do this. Start by describing the situation to them, the behavior, not the judgmental statements about the person. Say something like this: George, when you make a comment about what I'm wearing and look at me like that, it makes me feel very uncomfortable. So you're using the I word to describe how you feel when faced with the other person's actions, and you're letting them know that you want to talk to them about it, but you're not accusing them and blaming them. When you did this or when you did that, ask the behavior to stop and then check for understanding that they heard what you said, they understand what you're asking them to do or not do, and that they understand you want them to stop. Keep your cool, watch what you say, but be direct if you are comfortable confronting the harasser. If you're not comfortable confronting the harasser, excuse yourself and get out of the space. That nonverbal behavior by itself says a lot. Report to your faculty moderator or XPD. They're there to help. Now, some people avoid confrontations of any kind. They are afraid that the other person will get angry, maybe even violent. They fear being misunderstood, rejected, or retaliated against. But remember, law and public policy are on your side when confronting harassment. Practice with a friend if that helps you feel more prepared to confront the harasser directly. Either way, do this. Document the continuing harassment behavior for yourself. Talk to the internship site coordinator. They are here to help also. And report the harassment to the faculty moderator or XPD if the situation is not resolved. Then, if the harassment continues, you should keep a written log of each incident that occurs, who was involved and witnessed that, where we're there. Then, if the harassment continues, you should keep a written log of each incident that includes who was involved and the witnesses that were there, what, specific descriptions of what was said or done, and any other evidence, photos, emails, etc. Where? Where did the incident take place? And when? The date and time of the incident. And as important, how did it make you feel? How did it impact your ability to do your job? Many victims of sexual or other harassment fail to report it because of their fear of retaliation or other negative consequences, like not being offered a job after the internship or impacting your internship academic credits. Please note that alternative plans can be created. Let us know if you're having trouble. The same policies and laws which protect you from sexual and other harassment also protect you from retaliation for reporting such harassment. If the harassment cannot be resolved, leave. There are better opportunities out there that allow you to feel respected in the workplace. Speak up and be heard. If the harassment cannot be resolved, leave. There are better opportunities out there that allow you to feel respected in the workplace. Speak up and be heard. Whether in an internship or your first job out of college, read the employee handbook carefully. Confirm who is informed of a harassment complaint. What is their responsibility? What are the next steps? What documentation will occur? But always start by reporting to your faculty moderator or XPD. Let them help. If you experience any questionable behavior, report it to your internship site supervisor. They'll help assist you in connecting with HR if applicable. You can also talk to the faculty moderator or XPD, but always document real time for easy reference. Thank you for listening and be safe out there. Don't ever accept less than a respectful environment to work in. It is never worth it.